How's it, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. A bit of a new one, something different, but something a bit exciting today. We're actually going to be reviewing the Osmo Action 4 camera by DJI. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through some of the awesome features on this camera that we're going to find super beneficial, and then we're going to get into the water and show you some of the awesome underwater capabilities of this camera. So if you've followed our journey for a while now, you'll know that we've had a number of struggles over the years with action cameras. One of our biggest struggles is overheating in the summertime in New Zealand, as well while we're filming in tropical places. We've also had a number of cameras fill up with water or just not turning on, but yeah, we've had a bit of a bad run. So really excited to try a new camera out today and just see what we think about it. Let's get into it. So yeah, as I said earlier, one of the things that we've struggled with hugely is our action cameras overheating, especially in the tropics. It's really disappointing when you lose a lot of footage that you can't go out and film again. The Osmo camera, this is probably my favorite feature of this camera. It can handle temperatures of up to 45 degrees Celsius and right down to minus 20, which is unreal. In Fahrenheit, that's 4 degrees Fahrenheit, up to 113 degrees, which is huge. So we're really stoked with that. That's probably our main feature. Another awesome feature for us is the instant on. So with the Action 4, if you click record, it's going to start recording in 0.3 seconds. Other action cameras, it takes 3 seconds for the camera to turn on and start recording. So I think that's a huge beneficial feature. Another one that's a big yes from us is the Action 4 is waterproof down to 18 meters, where most other action cameras are only waterproof to 10 meters. You ain't going to be catching me down at 18 meters, but I mean, for a lot of people, for diving, that's going to be a big one. Another huge feature is, see this microphone that I've got here? It actually Bluetooths to the camera. So we do a lot of fishing where we put the action camera up on a mount, and if I'm fishing and I'm talking this way, you can't usually hear me, but because I've got a microphone on, when I'm facing away from the camera, you're still going to be able to hear me. So that's a big one that we're going to be using a lot. Another awesome one that you're going to see in a minute is these cameras have great low light performance, which is a really big one for us. If you watch a lot of our other videos, we don't do any recording early in the morning or late at night because the footage is just super grainy. So what we're going to do is we're going to get down into the water and into some of these low light spots and just show you how good this camera is. Just going to keep getting my gear on and then we'll get into it. Put that on the right hand, eh? All right, we're about to get in the water and I'll go over a number of features while we're in the water. And yeah, we'll have a look around, eh? Let's do it. So as I drop into the water here, I've got my camera set on 4K 120 frames, which my current GoPros I have at the moment don't offer that 4K quality with 120 frames, which gives you those super crisp slow-mo. So as I dive down here and slow the footage down, you'll see you get that super crisp 4K action, but you can also slow it down with that 120 frames. As you can see, the clarity of the water isn't quite what I was hoping when I got down here. It's a bit grainy and there's a lot of debris floating around in the water, but as you can see, super crisp slow-mos, which is super awesome. Another awesome feature of this camera, it has the widest FOV, field of view, of any action camera, coming in at 155 degrees. You can see as I'm swimming around how much you can fit in the view. Look how many fish there are around. You can see heaps at the bottom. So you've got that option as well. Another huge selling point for this camera is you get 160 minutes battery life out of one of the batteries. Obviously that depends on what you're shooting in. So if you're shooting in 4K 60, it's still gonna last 90 minutes, which is an hour and a half, which is awesome. They're also very fast charging batteries and you'll get 80% charge in 18 minutes. Batteries also come with a multifunctional battery case, which will charge your 3 batteries at once and also works as a power bank, which is awesome. You've also got the option for a huge amount of accessories. You can get bite mounts, chest mounts, neck mounts, so a huge range of accessories as well. Now watch this as we dive right down here, down to the bottom and into the weeds, and just check out the colors right down the bottom. Obviously it's not crazy deep, but look, when you're down in the weeds, it's still giving you those amazing bright colors. And I'll show you up here when I actually poke our head out of the water. I know it was sunny when I jumped in the water, but we're in the water for a while. And we get a bit of cloud cover, and as I stick the camera out of the water, you'll realize how dark the day actually has got and the cloud cover has come over. As soon as I drop the camera back down into the water, you'll realize the change of the light, and that's showing you those real low light capabilities. So as I've mentioned, this camera really excels in the low light conditions, and that's due to the new 1/1.3 inch sensor. So as I dive down here and get under the rocks and in the weeds, check out how clear and how bright and how crisp these colors are as I kind of just cruise along the bottom here. Even the little bits of red there, the yellows in the weed, and then as I pause up here and spin the camera around and the snapper swims in front of the camera, check out the colors on it. You can see the crisp reds and the silvers and the blue sparkles and things like that of the snapper. So I'm just filming in auto here, but obviously for those people that are a bit more technical, it's got 10-bit D-Log M, which is obviously for the background. So when you come to color grade, it'll really make those colors pop. But I mean, these colors are popping already, and this is just auto. I'm just a builder at the end of the day. I'm not too technical. I just like to get out on the weekends. But for those that are really looking to enhance their images, obviously if you use that 10-bit D-Log, it's really gonna pop. So while I'm sitting here doing this voiceover, my camera's still operating on 5%. I know with my GoPros, I've had a lot of trouble with them turning off at 20% and telling me the batteries are empty, or even turning off at 40%. As I said, I've had so many problems in the past, so really stoked to give this camera a good run for its money. And yeah, we'll touch base again in a few months and I'll let you know how it's going. Alright guys, how epic was that? We were lucky enough to have a pretty cool marine reserve pretty close to home, so the big friendly snapper always hanging around, so good for a bit of a sightsee. But how good was the camera quality underwater there? It's pretty amazing. We're really happy with the camera. I'll just go over another couple of key features which are big ones for us. How awesome is this? This is the magnetic quick mount. Clip it straight off there, come around here, clip it straight onto that one. That's a huge one for us because we like to have our camera there while we're fishing, and then we can clip it off, put it on there and get the release of our fish. Also, it's got dual touch screen cameras, so usually on our action cameras I've got to bend this down and play with it all backwards when I'm playing with the settings, but on here, I'll turn the camera on to show you, it'll probably help out. Instead of leaning the camera over and doing it all upside down, which I'd usually do, I've got touch screen here, so I can do anything I want to do, go in, play back my footage and have a look. So that's another big one for us. So yeah, we're really happy with the camera. We've got some big trips coming up and some to the tropics, so we'll do another review in a few months time and let you know how it goes in the heat and into some of the colder climates, which will be hitting in the mid of winter here. But yeah, so far really happy with it, really stoked. It's going to be our go-to camera from now on, so we're really going to put it through its paces. Right, we're going to get out of here because the wind's starting to get up and we've got a little blad around the corner and then a drive home. Thank you for watching. Yeah, if you like the camera, hit us up with any comments you might have or any questions and we're happy to get back to you. Catch you on the next one.